And there are many ahadith that I can share with you, but I will share you one. And this is the hadith, I think it's recorded in the works of Ibn Majah, rahmatullahi alayh. The hadith of Abu Umama radiyallahu ta'ala an. A wonderful hadith sharif. On one occasion, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam entered his masjid, and he saw one of his companions, Abu Umama radiyallahu ta'ala an, and he was sitting next to a pillar. He was alone, he was isolated. No one else was in the masjid at the time. The Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, subhanallah, who was harisun alaykum, who could read how people are feeling around, he went up to him straight away and knew he wasn't in the right mindset. And he said to him, Ya Aba Umama, what's wrong? I see that you are in the masjid when it's not even salah time. Something's wrong, isn't it? To which Abu Umama replied, and listen carefully to what he said. He said, Humumun lazimatni wa duyunun. That, Ya Rasulallah, depression and anxiety has overcome me. The word he used was humum, which is the plural of hum. Hum is basically inner illnesses. You have a physical illness when, you, for example, you've cut yourself and you can see that. Hum is not that. Hum is inner illnesses. They overcome me, waduyunun, and I have debts on my head. What did the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam then do? He said, shall I not tell you of some words that you can recite often, a dua and a wazifa, by which your debt will disappear and your depression will disappear as well? And then the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam taught him a beautiful long dua, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-bukhl wal-jubn, and so forth. Abu Umama radiyallahu ta'ala an explains that I started reading this wazifa. Immediately, subhanallah, Allah relieved me of my debt and I was a happier individual. It worked. So I have used this hadith sharif to explain that, look, mental illness, it did exist in the time of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. Before we move on, I do want you to pay particular attention to one lesson from this hadith sharif. Abu Umama was suffering from a material problem. Debts. He was suffering from a problem related to the dunya. But what did the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam give him, which worked? He gave him a spiritual answer. He gave him a ruhani response. And I think this is so important if you are going to think about what mental illness is that mental illness by its nature relates to the dunya most of the time. Relates to the material. But the answer always lies in the spiritual.